to introduce our next guest, which is Sheffield-based Benchmark Group. Now, this is another of our Yorkshire T20 companies, and I'm delighted to have today here the CEO, Trond Williksen, who's had a distinguished and successful career before Benchmark at Aker in Norway and SalMar, the salmon producing company. Now, Trond joined Benchmark in June 2020, and he immediately started refocusing Benchmark. So Trond, I'd like to pass over to you, and if you could briefly tell us about the aquaculture company Benchmark Group.
Thank you, Duncan, and thank you for the introduction. Well, what we define ourselves as being now as a company is aquaculture biotechnology company. We are focusing only on aquaculture, and we have three core business areas with very relevant value propositions to this industry, to the aquaculture industry. The three business areas we have is genetics, providing world-leading genetics to aquaculture. We have the advanced nutrition business area, which also has a very strong position providing advanced nutrition solutions for the aquaculture industry. And we have the health business area, which are focusing on providing health solutions to aquaculture. The last business area, health, has been streamlined a lot over the last year, so it's more now focusing on one of the main sustainability challenges of the industry, of the salmon industry, which is to solve the sea lice issue for the salmon industry. We are a very well positioned industry company with good value propositions to aquaculture, and we are in a very exciting industry. The aquaculture industry is still a very young industry with a lot of runway ahead of it in order to develop. But in order to develop in a sustainable way, it needs solutions both on genetics, health and advanced nutrition, sustainable solutions, and that's where Benchmark comes in and fits very well with that industry and has a lot of opportunity to grow and develop over the next years.
Well, can I just draw back a little bit? So I understand the three divisions: the genetics, advanced nutrition, and the health division. But can we, you are, for the audience, you produce salmon eggs and shrimp eggs. Can we go back and sort of a little bit about the basics?
Go a little bit more into detail of that. Yes, we provide, the core of the genetics business area is, of course, to provide genetics. Within the salmon industry, that's provided through salmon eggs. So we embed our genetics into the salmon eggs that has special traits that drives yield, but also protection against diseases, So, but it's basically delivered through eggs in the salmon industry. But we also have an initiative now, or we have actually been working with genetics also towards the shrimp industry and the tilapia industry. And there we deliver our genetics through breeding pairs that we multiply in the markets. So we produce breeding pairs that we sell to hatcheries that use those breeding pairs to produce small shrimps again with the genetics that we provide. And the same way we're doing it when it comes to tilapia. We are selling fingerlings with our genetics in that is used in production of tilapia. So that's the way that functions.
Okay, and in terms of whereabouts are you? Because I know obviously you're Sheffield based.
Yeah.
Also Sheffield based, but then you are based in Europe. What is your sort of global presence?
I would say we have a global footprint. So yes, we are a UK PLC. We are Sheffield based, as you say, and we have some activities, also operational activities in the UK, like the health business area. They are mostly operating out of UK. But also they have a footprint around the world. When it comes to our genetics business, it is the main office is in Norway, but the operations is in Norway, in Iceland, in Chile, and now and in the US and Colombia. So we have a global footprint when it comes to our genetics operation, and even more so when it comes to advanced nutrition or advanced nutrition operation. There, the main quarter of that business is in Dendermonde in Belgium. But we have factories in Thailand and the US, and we have activities and people on the ground in most of the countries where we have shrimp production, which is the main market for our advanced nutrition solutions. But also we have a footprint around the Mediterranean in areas where you produce sea bass, sea bream, which is also a very important market for our advanced nutrition solutions.
And Trond, tell me, I read the other day that 50% of all salmon that is served in Europe originates from Benchmark Group. Now, that sounds a big number.
It's a big number, and it is actually true. You know, in the sense that we in Europe we have approximately 50% of the genetics market for salmon, providing salmon eggs to the producers of salmon for about 50% of the production in Europe. So that means that if you assume that that is delivered to Europe, that's actually true. That's actually true. So 50% comes from Benchmark. Yes.
That's a big number. I will certainly look at my next salmon dinner in a different way.
I would say, you know, I've been in this industry for a long time, you know, and I had a very clear perception of Benchmark before I came in. And I knew that we had very good core activities and strong positions. But I was kind of surprised when I actually saw at the numbers when I came in on the size of the footprint and the market share we have within salmon genetics, but also on the total footprint of this organization. You know, it's really well positioned, and we now have focused operations on the 3 business areas. And we have the footprint we need in order to develop this company going forward. So the starting point is actually much better than I thought when I entered into the group.
Excellent, good. So we here at Mole Valley Asset Management, we have a Make the World Better portfolio, which invests in companies that are directly related to one of the 17 UN goals. Now, for us, Benchmark is directly related to goal 14, which is life below water. So can you explain a little bit more about Benchmark and its ESG credentials, please?
First of all, I think it's an extremely important topic, so you bring it up. First of all, I think it's important to mention that Benchmark sustainability has always been a core part of Benchmark. You know, the founders of Benchmark, 20 years from now, we are 20 years this year. They established the company in order to drive sustainability and develop sustainability in food production. So like other companies, you know, which are in the green wave that we see now, that jumps on the wave on sustainability. We are not that. You know, we were funded on that, and that's always been a very central part of what we are. We're a different group now. We are much more focused. We are focused towards aquaculture, but still, that is, you know, the vision. To drive sustainability is still the vision of the company, and it's still the driving force behind what we actually are and what we aim to be. And I would say that we have a unique position in order to be aligned with the main objectives when it comes to the sustainability challenges that we have at the moment. First of all, we are in an industry that represent a very good opportunity to produce in a sustainable way healthy seafood to a growing global population. The industry needs help, needs solutions in order to develop in a sustainable way, and that's where Benchmark fits in perfectly, you know, because we come with solutions that enhances sustainability within genetics or through the genetics and advanced nutrition solutions, but also on health solutions. So we are really fitting very well into the picture of sustainability, and we have, you know, everything we are doing is measured against how we can contribute to sustainability and the targets that are set up for life underwater.
Trond, I'm very interested in understanding a little bit more about this clean treat and the delicing, because for me, we've all read in the newspapers, you know, various articles about the existing licensing methodology, and clearly your proposal is quite exciting for the industry.
Yeah, you know, this is also could also be linked to the, you know, it's a good example that we are actually not only saying that we're working for sustainability, but we actually come with sustainable solutions that brings the industry that we're working against to a better place. You know, sea lice is the biggest sustainability challenge of the salmon industry. It's been that for years, and we come now with a combined solution of a medicine, BMK08, that we use in bathwater. So the fish is swum into a wellboat where it's treated, and then we combine that medicine treatment where it removes sea lice with a clean treat system, meaning that all the bathwater we are treating the fish in is taken into a system where it's cleaned. So there is no medicine, nothing coming out into the sea. So it's a transformational solution for the salmon industry. It's been looking for solutions like this for years and years and years. I know it because I've been in the salmon industry most of my life. We are now, you know, after 10 years being working on this, it's been a long, very resource demanding development phase of this. But we are now on schedule in order to launch that in calendar year 21. And we are really looking forward to that as a product. We think it's a big potential for the product in the salmon industry. And it's really needed. So we're really looking forward to get to the start line of actually getting this system into the industry and have also the commercial gains of having had that development over the years.
Excellent. So Trond, one last question, if I may. You know, what should investors be looking for going forward into 2021, 22, 23 with Benchmark? What would you say would be the one area we should be looking out for?
I think you will, you know, over the years, you know, if you look not only short run, but a little bit over several years, I think you will see a company that is has become much more commercially focused and focused on being sustainable and profitable, because that has been a challenge historically for the company. But we are very focused on becoming sustainable, profitable. You will see a company that is very well positioned in an industry that will grow. You will see a company that develops both organically but through initiatives in the 3 business areas we have, and that will, due to the growth opportunity that represent, that will grow significantly over the years to come. And the highlight into next year will be, you know, the commercial launch of BMK08 Clean Fit, which is the salmon lice solutions that I mentioned. And you will also see that we are progressing in all the other areas that we are in as our core activities.
Excellent, Trond. I'd like to thank you very much today for your for the introduction to Benchmark. And as investors, we look forward to 2021 and the potential salmon lice solution, and obviously the growth of the company, which you've highlighted, whether it be in the salmon industry or perhaps in the shrimp industry, which at the moment is obviously coming from a very low base.
Yeah.
So Trond, thank you very much.